2023 was one of the weirdest years of my life. It definitely had its ups, it definitely had its downs, and I thought it would be fun to take a look at all the crazy things that I did in 2023. January was the equivalent of a wet fart for me. I did one of those New Year's resolutions things where I'm like, I'm going to make more membership videos for members to the channel. And I'm going to start doing commentary about the things that I like to talk about. And I'm going to upload 2-3 videos a week, every week, and just stay on that grind. And of course, as usual, I lost motivation by the end of January because January is a sucky month on YouTube. But I did have big plans for February, though. For my YouTube videos, February was pretty meaningless. But behind the scenes, I was filming the Mike Klum documentary. And through this documentary, I met Flaming Star, who sent me on that psychedelic journey. And when you look at the research, you'll discover that psychedelics have the capacity to cure post-traumatic stress disorder, which is something that has been very difficult for me forever. And I combined traditional therapy with the psychedelic therapy. And I think looking throughout the rest of the year, you can tell the difference. I did things throughout the rest of the year I would have never otherwise considered doing were it not for the psychedelic journey that I took as part of this documentary. March kind of sucked because I continued therapy, continued treatment, and I ended up uploading this video called Proof, which was one of the most hated videos I've ever uploaded, which makes sense because in this video, I just finally let myself admit to myself and the world how I had destroyed my own body, my own career, my own life, and wanted to rebuild and move on from there. The rest of March just kind of sucked, except I was working on one really big thing for April. In April, I started a podcast, which you may now know in a different form as Power of the Internet. But this podcast originally was going to be me sitting down and talking to current influencers, potential influencers, burnt out influencers, and talk to them about what their journey has been like. And this was rocky from the start. I had no idea how expensive producing a podcast could be, needing an editor, trying to make it look as good as possible and sound as good as possible and cut out all the dead air. And so this got abandoned pretty quickly, especially because during the month of April, I began training to fight Wings of Redemption, Jordan. The problem with the fight was I knew I was outmatched in every possible way, but I was still going to go through with it. I had to get my doctors to sign off of it, which was really difficult, which required going back into physical therapy. And while Jody was training like hitting things, I was training learning how to stand up for long enough to get through the fight. So I don't know. It was kind of a really crazy thing to do, but you know what?
Fight!
We actually did it. Walking into this ring, I knew I was going to get the hell beat out of me. Jordy's taller than me, more reach than me, younger than me. He's not disabled, so I had a pretty strong feeling I was going to get my ass handed to me. But I was surprised at how much better at this he was than me. I still think we put on a good show. And there was a lot of cool firsts here. My first time flying to England, my first time ever leaving the country, actually. My first time working with Jordy, which turned out to be a very fruitful thing. I really like Jordy quite a bit. He will reappear before the year is over with. June was a really great month. I came off of the energy of the fight. I started doing what I loved again, which was travel vlogging. And secretly, behind the scenes, I moved in my long-distance girlfriend, who I'd been dating since the end of March, early April. We'd been talking to each other since November of last year. And because we were doing the long-distance thing, I decided to take the leap and have her come visit for a little while, stay at my place for short term. That turned into long term very quickly. And now we've been living together for the last 6-7 months. So it's been kind of fantastic. And if you watch these early videos, you'll realize my intention was always to never really talk about it or brag about it or share it. I was going to keep it secret originally, but someone figured it out and started to threaten about going live with it. And we decided we better start talking about it. I don't know exactly how they figured it out. Maybe it's because I followed her on Instagram and we started interacting with each other. But regardless, we were not going to let some troll tell the world about us. So we decided to control the message. July turned out to be an awesome month. though controversial because I did reveal that me and my girlfriend were living together. And you know what? I can understand why it was controversial. Obviously, the age difference. I'm 49 and she's 20. And that's difficult enough for both us and the rest of the world to handle. On top of that, you had people like Keemstar muddling the mixture, claiming she was 18 for whatever reason, which is just, I don't know. Those rumors persist still to this day. But I don't know, we were really happy during this period of time. Now, I haven't mentioned this in the video yet, but I do travel a lot because I get invited to these gaming conventions, and they tend to pay for like a hotel room, and they pay for a little bit of spending money, so it's definitely worth going. And I happen to go to Southeast Game Exchange, which is real close to where my friend Michael, kid behind a camera, lives. And I had just the best time staying out there. He invited us out. He wanted us to go out and eat with him and collab with him and film with him. And I talk about living high on the hog, getting to hang out with Michael, getting to film videos with him, and starting this new relationship with my girlfriend. I don't know that I could have been any happier in July. Even with the controversy, even with all the BS on the internet, at least I was getting views from it. But I was having a damn good time. July, one of the best months of my life. August was really fun because me and Desi were trying to figure out exactly what it was we wanted to do here on YouTube. And we had been vlogging with Michael, and I just felt like that would be a fun formula. I did it. It turned out to be controversial. A lot of people, my existing audience, didn't like it. I enjoyed it quite a bit, and I'll warn you right now, we're going to do more of it this year because it's just fun for us to do. But I was trying to figure out exactly what I wanted my YouTube channel to be moving forward. And coming off of the fight, coming off the Michael collab, the numbers were starting to drop as we filmed this stuff. So I don't know. I feel like I lost my way. I should have stuck with what I was enjoying making. But instead, I decided to dabble. What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie2988 coming at you live again through the power of the internet. In 2023, October is just my favorite month, so I knew I was going to be happy. My first October with my girlfriend, my first Halloween, all the spooky, scary stuff, all the murders and killing. And I knew on October 31st I was going to do the scariest thing I've ever done, which is murder my own career by putting this documentary on the Mike Klum channel. And I knew what was in it. I got to preview it early on, and I even did a trailer reaction. And I made a lot of fun content in October building up to it. Stuff that I really enjoyed filming, including traveling a little bit again. Now, part of that travel content included going to St. Paul, Virginia to film my old home, my old property, to film in my home small town, and just show where I came from and tell stories about that. It was really negative content, but I really liked it. I felt like it was a really solid companion piece to the October 31st documentary drop, which when it dropped, oh, talk about things people loved to hate. November was when everybody was reacting to the documentary, so every day was a new adventure. Some people reacted positively, most people reacted negatively, and for my channel, I mostly just focused on some gaming news, talking about the commentary stuff that I like to talk about, and then, of course, tons and tons of extended and deleted scenes for the documentary. People eventually got tired of these, though, but the ones that I had, oh, they did so well, and some of them were so funny, so good. Oh, I loved November. It was an easy month. I mostly just got to enjoy time with my girlfriend and watching the world chew me up and spit me out, hoping that I could probably, I don't know, come out of it like a phoenix. I don't think that's the case, and I think December is pretty telling to that degree. We haven't exactly risen from the ashes yet.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
December was a bit of a weird month for sure. We did see the launch of the LOLcow podcast at the end of November and at the beginning of December, and that's turned out to be a fun little passion project, and it's allowed me to keep most of the drama off of my YouTube channel and a lot of the negativity. In its place, though, I put gaming content, and that's a bit of a niche product. Not everybody that's resubscribed or came back are exclusively looking for gaming content. A lot of you guys came for the documentary. A lot of you came from the fight. A lot of you are more interested in me as a person, it seems like. And the view numbers on the gaming content might be showing that. So, I don't know. Looking into the next year, I probably need to vary it up. But if you love that drama, you love that spicy, fabricated, goofy content that I do, maybe check out the Low Cut Podcast because it's always going to be there for you. 2023 was probably the best year of my life. In fact, I'm entirely certain that it was. Certainly the most interesting year of my life, and a year full of lessons. The first lesson of which I learned is if you don't take risks, good things can't happen to you. You've got to get out there and take those shots. Sometimes you'll meet the girl of your dreams, and sometimes you'll get your face beat in by a 450-pound man, but taking the risk is worth it every time. So looking to 2024, I've got a gaming convention in January. I've got some travel plans. I've got some weight loss plans. I've got some cool stuff lined up, but I promise you, we're going just as big as we did for 2023, if not bigger. So click subscribe and join the ride. As always, thanks for watching. I love you very much, and I will speak with you again soon. Now tell me in the comments section, are you going to take some risks? I know you will.